before we go to Thunderstorm Forest, I thought I'd make note of this just because I don't know if people are actually going to go back and look. But I guess I actually learned about two housing commands I had no idea about. So one of them is slash house light, which we can't use until silver rank. But what this does is you can control the lighting in your house. And then there's also slash house roof. I will say now, I'm not sure what rank you have to be, but us being bronze rank right now, we have access to it, as you can see. So what this does is you close your house to time and weather conditions, meaning if you were to put like snow in your house, you wouldn't be able to put closing the roof would mean you aren't able to see if anything changes, and you can't see the time changes. So I thought I would make dual note of that before we head out, and I will also quick make note that now that we are bronze rank, we can use a few of the housing commands. If you remember, we can use slash house sign, which let me go back and do that real quick because excuse me, I completely forgot about that myself. To mention that now that we're bronze rank, we can use some of those house things. So if we do slash house sign, this will pop up and you can just type a message. Every letter, space, or character that you use, such as like a period or something, will cost 10 poke. So if you type like a lot like I am right now, it can add up really quickly. And once you place it, nobody can walk on that space. Meaning if I was to actually put the sign right here, nobody would walk on this space. There was slash house notice. Oh, almost typed slash house sign again. But there's house notice where you can play a sound effect and you can place a notice. It's a base, I believe, 500. It's a base 600 poke to just have a sound effect, and then it's 10 poke per word. Now you might see, okay, so besides, yeah, sorry, I'm opening it up because I kind of forgot. The other command we can now use is actually slash house shop. So what you do is you enter the price of the item on this tile right here. So how it works is you already have to have an item on the ground, and the item below it will be affected by this. So you could do this, and blah 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 blah. You could raise up to however much poke you want. Place a shop. However, as you can see, if you were to put, say, the price at 1,000, you have to pay half of that price. So all in all, you really only make half of the profit you want for the item, because you have to pay for half of the item essentially to go on the ground. Which is why I personally suggest you should just use whatchamacallit. You should just use slash trade or just do a drop trade, because if you use the house shop tile, you're just going to lose half the profit you want to make. So if you want to sell like a water stone for 5k, you're losing 2,500 poke just to get 2,500 more. That's not worth it, and it's just a waste of money that you could potentially earn. So anyways, that's that for now, and soon we will cover Thunderstorm Forest, so see you guys then. Hey guys, this is Shiny Zekrom, and welcome back to another video. In this part, we are going to cover Thunderstorm Forest. I explained a few things before this, like how we can use some more housing commands now, and how we have access. Oops, I went a little bit too far, but I mentioned how we could use a few more housing commands. We have, what was I gonna say? And we talked about how bronze rank we can use more commands, and there were a couple commands I didn't know about and whatnot. Anyways, we are just about here at the entrance to Thunderstorm Forest. As like Island, I will mention, alright, so this is actually our first dungeon that has two parts to it. The first part is 15 floors and has two things in eggs, because there are eggs here, but it's not worth listing them out because all it is two floors. Or two Pokemon. Excuse me, two Pokemon, jeez. Now, these two Pokemon are, as you see right here, Electric and one we haven't seen yet, but Elekid. I'm not, like I said, I'm not gonna list them just because it's only two Pokemon. I think you guys can listen enough, and I'll say them again real quick. It's Elekid and Electric that are in eggs. That's it. Recruitables here include Tailo, Elekid, Electric, and Cherubi for this first part at least. There is a couple other Pokemon where we have to get to the later floors first. And it would actually be best if we get to those floors so I can actually explain a command that can help you learn about what Pokemon you can get. And it looks like we are getting our butts kicked by this paralysis. And this is why it is good to have rest, because this place, Elekid and Electrix both have the static ability, so they are going to be paralyzing you back to back to back if you're within one tile range of them. So definitely be careful of that. And I also forgot to mention that if you guys didn't see, Aaron actually at level 25, I forgot to ignore this, Aaron at level 25 actually learned Rock Slide, which I taught over Rock Tomb, of course, because it's insurmountably better than Rock Tomb. More damage, but I think it's a little bit less accuracy, like 5% less accurate. But I take it because it's a much stronger move and will help us later on for sure. And besides eggs, like I said, like Island Garden, this place also has secret rooms. I will, of course, around this time be listing what items are found in these secret rooms. So you guys should see a scrolling list sometime soon. That's also another thing I should say to be wary about is these Elekids can use Shockwave, and that is a 8 to 10 tile line of sight, so they can really deal some damage from far away, so definitely be careful. These secret rooms, I believe, have only 3 items, so it's not the best. However, there is an item which Pikachu lovers, or Pikachu starters, are going to love. In these secret rooms, you can find Thunderstones. Thunderstones are what you need to evolve your Pikachu into Raichu. So, then the secret rooms contain the Thunderstones. It's really the best you have in terms of getting anything for getting a Thunderstone. So, just be, cautious of trying to look for secret rooms. And there is something I really wanted to show and hoped would happen. Let's first eat this apple. And I think you guys might have faintly seen it, but I'll just come down here to show it off a little bit better. And plus maybe the stairs are down here. Is right next to Svampy. Nope. But next to Svampy is a Reviver Seed. This is, besides Happy... Okay, it ate an ether. But yeah, I forgot to mention Cricketots here have bug bites, so make sure you're careful that they're not going to bug bite that Reviver Seed I found. So besides Happiness Lake, this is the earliest you can find Reviver Seeds in dungeons. So I would definitely maybe suggest, if you can actually complete this place, I would suggest coming back and back and back and trying to farm those Reviver Seeds, because in later on dungeons, they're going to be very useful to you. So we got to defeat this Phanpy in order for us to move on. Defeat this one as well. And we can move on here. These secret rooms, I'm pretty sure are at least a little bit more common than the Island Garden ones. So you should have more of a chance of finding these, but it's still not there. And here we are. Here is the higher floors. As you can see, Plusles are here. And yes, they are recruitable. There is a command you can actually check for this. If you type /glomp, Glomp, what this does is it'll show what Pokemon you could find here in Thunderstorm Forest in this part. Now, if you see red, that means Plusle power, and you can find Plusles. If it's a blue one, you can find Minun. Now, alongside this, I believe this also matters for two other things. One, for an item, and two, for a later on Pokemon in another dungeon, which I will get to that once we head into that dungeon. And there are the stairs over there. But regardless, let's keep continuing on. Try and complete this place as quick as possible. I mean, the things here do give over at least 100 experience each, and the Plusles even give like 250-ish. So this place isn't really too bad for your training, but you really have to have either rest or an item you can find in this place called a Cherry Scarf. This Cherry Scarf will prevent you from ever getting paralyzed, meaning you can attack all the Elektrids and Electrics freely without ever having to worry to get paralyzed or worry about an electric type move paralyzing you. It's really useful, trust me. If I found one, I would consider using it. And it looks like our Aaron actually did head up a level and grew to level 26. So it's almost even with the rest of our stuff. Awesome. Ooh, that was not good. Let's do that, and let's get a Metal Claw off and rest again. And we will use another Ether. I'm kind of sad that one of ours actually got bug bitten, because I really need that, and I probably should have bought more before coming to this place. But, you know, sometimes I just don't think before I come in, but yeah. And it doesn't look like we have a stairs set there, so let's head on over there, and there it is. Alright, oh, and there's another item that is, I believe, unique to this dungeon only. It is called the Stun Spike. If you were to throw these at an enemy, it would deal damage, but you can even paralyze the enemy. Now, I should probably explain that in PMU, electric types can still get paralyzed. So, if you are thinking that electric types won't get paralyzed here, I'm sorry, but that mechanic is not in PMU. Hopefully we can add that soon, but for now, we don't have that. And grass types can still get hit by like Stun Spore and Sleep Powder and everything, if I'm not mistaken. So, yeah. Anyways, let's keep trucking on so we can try and get to the end of this. And it looks like my time is about to run out soon, so I may have to cut just for a tiny bit. And I also forgot to mention, these Phanpy are not recruitable. Also, quickly, before we cut off real quick, if you wanted to get, like, if you see Plusle and you want to get Minun, go with a person that sees Minun in this forest and go with them in a party. If you go with them in a party, you will be able to see not only Plusle, but Minun, so you could get the opposite. The same will work for a later on dungeon mechanic with an item and this other Pokemon in another dungeon that I'm talking about. So I will quickly meet you guys back in a second. Alright guys, sorry about that, but we are back. Let's continue on. We are almost completed Thunderstorm Forest in one little dungeon going, but yeah, we are gonna, oh shoot, we are kind of trapped right now. Come on, there we go. And the Phanpy is kind of here to counter ground types, I guess. I'm really not sure why it got added here, but you know, I won't question it. Anyways, 15F, we are gonna spam this rock slide so we can, you know, kill these Plusles and get this Phanpy damaged a little bit so we can kill it. Gonna unfortunately have to use our last Ether because we're going through a lot of PP right now. But we're gonna keep continuing on and find the stairs, which if we kill this here, we reach the midpoint, the Thunderstorm Forest clearing. Now here, you can actually access your storage, and you can take whatever items you need to. Now, another new mechanic I did mention, because I didn't see one, is Kecleon shops can appear in Thunderstorm Forest. How these work is if you find it, you it's just like a house shop tile. You go on top of the item, press enter, and it will either say you don't have enough money, it'll ask if you'd like to buy this item for this price, or if you get unlucky, like you have enough space and you can buy the item, you buy it right away. Regardless, we are going to continue on to Far Thunderstorm Forest. This, you can see I think you see your opposite of what you can't find in Thunderstorm Forest, as well as Luxios, Electrics, and whatnot. I, however, believe, yep, you can still recruit the Electrics that are up here, but you cannot recruit these Luxios. And there's an Electabuzz too. Wow. Yeah, so as you can see, there's a difficulty spike all of a sudden. So make sure you're being careful with how you go through this place. As our little Aaron almost died there, and I feel really bad for that. I'm trying to catch it up with our team, but it just looks like it's having such a rough time trying to... Oh boy. That was not good. I can't hit. Oh, it's the confusion. And let's kill this Luxio. Ah, we got it. Whew. Aaron's having a little bit of trouble, because yeah, evolved Pokemon, as you can tell, start to appear here, like Flaffy. Even though we didn't see Mareep in the first part, and no, you can't find Mareep here, before anyone might ask. So you'll have to go to another dungeon, which we'll cover much, much later, because it's in a completely different region. Come on. Come on. Oh god, that Ludicolo, be careful, because they can use counter. Oh, and it looks like our Aaron died. So I'm going to switch just because Aaron's not evolved for this, and this is kind of bad. I will mention Far Thunderstorm Forest also has SRs. These contain the same items as Thunderstorm Forest, so I'll just quickly list them again and whatnot, so you'll see it pass by. And here's actually a thing right now. These Dedenne are not recruitable. However, their eggs, if you have a ghost type, can spawn on walls at a 5% chance. Or they can also be on the floor. However, like I said, it's a 5% chance that you'll either find the Dedenne eggs in the wall, or... And we have a chance because that Electric picked one up and we don't know if it was visible or not. So we might actually have a chance at Dedenne. Which I am so going to try for it. So let's continue on. But anyways, as I was mentioning, the secret rooms, they have the same items as you could find in the first part with secret rooms. And here's a Grimy Trap, which grimmied up one of our foods. But regardless, we'll just trek on. Use our Quick Seed. This is what it looks like. If you have like a speed boost abilities, you can just run around quick like this. But yeah, I'm really psyched about that egg, actually. And another visible one. We should try it, because we couldn't find one in Thunderstorm Forest, and they aren't that uncommon. Which is why I'm kind of surprised we never found one. And then we get a box. This might... Oh! Apparently you can get your opposite in Far Thunderstorm Forest. I'm actually speechless. I was sure you could not get your opposite. But I guess that is a lie, and I have the truth shattered. So, I guess here it is again, if you didn't understand why I couldn't speak. You can get your, using /glomp, you can figure out if you get plus or minus in Thunderstorm Forest, and oh, here's a Kecleon shop, actually. So, like that, see, do you want to purchase an apple for 75 poke? I'm going to say no, but that's approved for Kecleon shop. However, let's, try this, whatchamacallit out. So, if you guys couldn't tell, I saw Minun in the, oh, another Ragdoll. In the first part, we couldn't, find Minuns. However, we're finding them here. So, why I'm questioning this is, I actually didn't know you could now recruit your opposite in Far Thunderstorm Forest. That's really neat. So that's what happens is you see one in Thunderstorm Forest and you'll see the other in Far Thunderstorm Forest and be able to recruit them differently. So that's pretty neat because that I just learned about that. I had no idea. And then wow, look at all the eggs we're getting. We have 4 eggs, guys. 5. Wow, so we have a chance at something good, I'm thinking. And it looks like we got... And it looks like Houndoom's actually about to grow to level 28, which would be really neat, actually. Anyways, let's rest up real quick. Oop, that's not it. We'll wake up and move on. So, oh, we got another Dedenne here, which we will just quickly kill, and level 28 Houndoom. Awesome. Oh, come on, Minun. Why you gotta be like this? Why you gotta paralyze me, man? Why you gotta be so rude? I'm not gonna start that. Okay, let's recover some HP off of you. And quick, use rest. But yeah, you guys are actually seeing how bad it can be to just paralyze it. Let's quick move on. And at the end of this, as you saw at the end of Thunderstorm Forest, we didn't have a boss or end boxes. Excuse me. However, we will. Oh my god, I gotta rest again. But we will have boss at the end. 2 actually. So I think I'm not going to be able to record both the bosses in time, so I will find the stairs, quick end this part out, and then we will head into the boss room after that. And then we'll get into a hatching our egg spree. I cannot believe that we actually have a chance at Dedenne because we don't know if that egg that Electric had dropped was picked up at all. The other ones we know are either going to be Elekid or Electric because it's pretty much the same eggs as Thunderstorm Forest and everything. Oh boy, that's not good. So let's kill this Cricketune because that's what was killing me. And we're going to come up here and shoot some Razor Leaves and Giga Drain up. Rest up just so we can get that process out of the way. And we're also going to do the same on Houndoom. Just quick do that. And I will meet you guys back real quick. Alright, hey guys, let's head into the boss. Shinx. Grrr. Yes, an intruder. This is my chance to prove to everyone that I can be brave. Right. Prepare to face your end, intruder. So, first up is Shinx. No, you're tough. I must inform the leader. Yes. So, Shinx has a 100% chance of dropping Tiny Mushroom, a Leppa Berry. Then Luxray comes out. Grr, so it is you. You will not escape unpunished. Get ready to meet your end. So now we fight Luxray. Luxray does have the ability Intimidate, so if you are nearby, you can have your attack stat lowered, and it looks like it's foggy weather up here, so be careful. Luxray, it seems, is also buffed a little bit in terms of its evasion, because as you saw there, Bite is 100% accurate, yet I'm missing a couple of them. So we're just going to Mega Drain and hope we can actually get a hit off. Let's see if we can get some Razor Leaves off. Oh, and it looks like I'm starting to run out of PP, so we may have to run from Luxray if we can't defeat it with these bites. Come on. Okay, so we're going to have to face this Houndoom. I am not having any luck. And there we go. So, Luxray, this is again, I'm not going to do a scroll. However, with the boss drops, all he has the chance of dropping is a Tiny Mushroom, an 80 Poke, or nothing. So, that will be that. Alright, let's see if we got it, because first egg was the one where Electric picked it up. And it is Electric, so we did not get a Dedenne egg. I really thought we did for a second, but sadly we didn't. I am not going to be using either Manectric or Elekid or Electric or any of them. I just thought it'd be fun to see if I could, you know, happen to get a Dedenne egg, which I can't believe Electric picked one up, but sadly, yeah. So, um, this is actually pretty much going to be the end of the video. All that's really going to happen is I'm going to quick get Groddle up to level 28, and I'm going to get Starmie up to level 28 as well, and I'm also going to get Aron up to 28. So I will meet you guys back when all of them are level 28. Alright guys, I actually just remembered, since we don't need any of those Thunderstorm Forest eggs, we actually finally can use Togekiss. Now what is Togekiss used for, you might ask? Well, if you press F at Togekiss, it will ask, will you give us an egg at the bottom of your inventory? So what happens is you can get a box from eggs. That's right. If you give an egg up, you can actually get a box instead. So let's just keep doing this for all the eggs we have. And if you don't have an egg, if you found an egg and don't know what to do with it, we'll be happy to take it in. We'll give you a gift for it too. So you can get boxes that you can go and sell. I completely forgot to mention that. I was just walking by and I remembered Togekiss was in here, and I remembered now that we have mystery eggs from Island Garden and Thunderstorm Forest, we are able to use Togekiss now. So now you guys know that. I'll be back when training is complete. Really quick, I wanted to make mention that at the Thunderstorm Forest clearing, by the way, I'm training. Aron's almost done. Well, Aron's done and Starmie's almost done, so we're almost there. But I wanted to make quick notes since I was here. If you come down here, it will ask if you want to leave the dungeon and return to the crossroads. So if you really don't feel like you're prepared for Deep Thunderstorm Forest after watching this video, you can go back. Now, I'm just going to show the rest of this training because it's 18%. It's going to be really fast. I'm not going to make it like the most horribly long thing in the world, because I'll probably just use an escape board and then end the video off, and once the video's done, I'll just buy another escape board, yada yada. Oh boy, that's going to be fun. Because I forgot to mention, with static, it will work with special or physical moves. So it really doesn't matter what type of move you use on a static Pokemon, it will still have a chance to paralyze you if it's within the first couple. Oof. Oh, Starry with the clutches, but static will happen to either paralyze you, special or physical move, it doesn't really matter. But yeah, that's pretty much all I do for training, is I just go back to dungeons and kill as much as I can. However, I am going to escape right now, and we'll heal up. And we have our team all at level 28 now. So, for right now, I'm deciding what I'm going to do. And there is another dungeon that I want to do before we go to another dungeon, which will get us to another region. But this dungeon I might do more training for. Therefore, I do have another option, which I think I will do next. In the next part, we're going to go into the dojos. See you guys then.